Bali widespread ash could fall outside the danger zone if Balis Mount Agung erupts, the Australian government has warned in the second update to its travel advice for Indonesia in the past few days. Past eruptions of Agung volcano have shown this volcano's potential to cause significant impacts for the island of Bali, including the potential for widespread ashfall outside the declared danger area surrounding the volcano, the Department of Foreign Affairs said on its Smart Traveller website. Ida Bagas Lija unpacks face masks at Tanah Empo Post Command near Mount Agung photo Kate Charity. The update comes as Balinese authorities urge people to protect themselves against volcanic ash if the mountain erupts. Tips include wearing a mask or wet cloth over the mouth and nose, long-sleeved clothes and pants, and removing contact lenses. A man and his child looking towards Mount Agung in Purwakarta, in a safe zone photo Kate Charity. Freshly fallen ash particles can have acid coatings which may cause irritation to the lungs and eyes. Medical services can expect an increase in the number of patients with respiratory and eye symptoms during and after an ashfall event, according to the International Volcanic Health Hazard Network. It says essential items to stock before an ashfall include dust masks and eye protection, enough drinking water for 72 hours, plastic wrap to keep ash out of electronics, money, battery-operated radio, warm clothing and first aid. Indonesian President Joko Widodo was scheduled to discuss preparations for the aftermath of a Mount Agung eruption at a cabinet meeting on Thursday afternoon. Members of the task force unload water for evacuees at Tanah Empo Post Command in Bali. Photo Kate Charity. There are now 122,490 people who have fled from the precincts surrounding the mountain, with some coming from outside the evacuation zone. The crisis is also taking its toll on tourism, with a University of Tasmania student exchange trip to Indonesia among those forced to cancel a planned trip to Bali. Task force members load supplies for evacuees. Photo supplied. I have sought advice from the university's travel insurer, and unfortunately, because a warning has been issued about possible flight disruptions due to volcanic ash, any airfares booked from Bali after September 21, when the warning was issued, will not be covered by insurance if disruptions do occur, Associate Lecturer Joe Ingram wrote in an email. Bessie Hassan, a travel insurance expert at finder.com.au, said travel insurance was typically provided for natural disasters if the policy was taken out before it was a known event. Mount Agung photo Kate Charity. In order to make a claim, inconvenienced travelers should check their policy to make sure they had cover for natural disasters, as it's not always included, she said. Expats, charity groups and tourists have been scrambling to buy the certified face masks and 95 equivalent recommended by the Hazard Network. Many reported they were difficult to buy on the resort island. The Bali chapter of the Association of Experiential Learning is working with expat Kenny PV to source the masks from Australia and Singapore. The association will distribute them in evacuation camps along with an education program on the dangers of breathing volcanic ash. Australian expat Alice Finn, who lives in Amed, has also stocked up on hundreds of dust masks from Bunnings and Perth, which he will distribute through the Angel charity. There are also 5,000 masks at Tanah Empo, a cruise terminal in Karangasem that has been commandeered as a supplies and logistics center. We have distributed thousands to evacuation points, Ida Bagas Lija from the Logistics Task Force told Fairfax Media. The Infrastructure Ministry has also warned that 9 water basins and the Talaga Wajah water supply would be affected if the volcano erupted. We have prepared several underwater wells to supply the evacuation points in the safe zone, the ministry's head of Bali Penita River said. Mount Agung is not the only volcano in the region threatening to erupt. More than 6,000 people have been evacuated to emergency shelters on Vanuatu's northern island MB after a volcano known as Manarovui began emitting ash and volcanic gas on the weekend.